Heyo, what is up everyone? It is the Alpha J of the Alpha J Show, and let's talk about Ben 10. When it comes to this franchise, I've always wondered why it got such a great deal. So what? It's an action show, on a network that treats action shows like a red disposable plastic cup. But when you think, hey, Cartoon Network is a company, maybe Ben 10 is a powerhouse in sales? Personally, I wasn't too sure. What do they make? 50 million? 100 million? Pfft, chump change. Oh, wait, what? That's $375 million at least on a yearly basis from retail. And when did these games come out? When did they have a crossover? When did they have films besides that one real life one? Wait, they had more than one? I'm sitting over here watching stuff like Chowder, Regular Show, and Adventure Time, and I'm thinking that Cartoon Network just tosses around shows when they get tired of it. Not Ben 10. 12 years old. This franchise is 12 years old. That's the longest Cartoon Network original series at the time of recording this. There was the original show from 2005 to 2008, Alien Force from 2008 to 2010, Ultimate Alien from 2010 to 2012, Omniverse from 2012 to 2014, and they took a year off in 2015 to start and air the reboot from 2016 to present day, depending on when you hear this. Well, the internet is, well, you know, complaining about another reboot. But when you look at all the things they did with this franchise, why did you expect any different? Well, I watched the reboot, the first 10 episodes. And I want to say, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not even the worst thing on the platform. I would put it above Teen Titans Go because it seems to be better than Season 4 of Teen Titans Go, since that's airing now, but below Powerpuff Girls. I still think Powerpuff Girls is a hairline above Ben 10. Why? Well, let's talk about the most noteworthy episode of Ben 10, The Ringleader. Originally, I was going to do another trilogy like I did with the Pickle and Peanut one, but in the card, I'm going to let you guys pick between this series and another, because I do want to get my second trilogy out in a series that you guys vote for. So we see the Rust Bucket, rocking because of Ben and Gwen playing a video game. It's a sumo wrestling game. So you would think, hey, Ben is probably the male wrestler and Gwen is the female wrestler. Ben whispers in Gwen's ear and gets the advantage via distraction. But when you look closely, who is on the ground? It would appear that Gwen slammed Ben in-game. But who pops up? Ben. They even infer who gets slammed in the previous scene. This is one of the many problems with this animation. That and the fact that Ben and Gwen look like Milo from Mars Needs Moms. The animation is like a lot of other shows on Cartoon Network now. Very clean, maybe even a little cheap. I almost want to praise Pig Goat Banana Cricket and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs for not being this clean generic crap that plagues a lot of new shows. When you look at Ed, Edd n Eddy, Chowder, Flapjack, Billy and Mandy, My Life as a Teenage Robot, The Mighty Bee, SpongeBob, heck even Phineas and Ferb to Milo's Murphy's Law, or Family Guy to American Dad. They look like they exist in different worlds. This looks like it's a day trip away from Teen Titans Go and an hour or so drive from We Bare Bears.
You know, Gwen, losing is a lot like going to the grocery store. Nobody wants to do it, but you have to because it's good for you.
Wow, you are the worst right now. Hey Gwen, I know you suck, but remember, I'm acknowledging that you suck, and your brother is flailing his arms around like an idiot, gloating because of your lack of skill. And you also suck. Be a guardian.
Well, can you really call it a victory? It wasn't even real wrestling.
Woohoo! What?
No, but he won a game. It's called a video game. I get it, you were born in 1942, BC. But just because it was a video game doesn't mean that it's completely invalidated. Oh, I forgot. You need something to start the plot, but you don't want to put in any effort. I like how smug he is, telling Ben, hey, I know you want a video game, but the real life thing takes practice and daily effort. Hey, genius, with the vertical magic school bus head. Ben did practice and put daily effort into the video game. That's kind of his thing. He's Ben. That's part of his character. But the way this usually works, you know, in good cartoon episodes, Ben would have attributed his win to being a real-life wrestling champ, or thinking that if he can do it in a game, he can do it in real life. But he didn't. Johnny Test got this right. He just got up and celebrated. So not only did King Killjoy take the fun out of winning, but he also validated his other grandkid's skill for losing. So because plot, they were right next to a Midwest wrestling SmackDown arena that goes on tonight. And of course, Ben wants to go, because this moron of a guardian told him to do the real thing if he wants to get cocky. Ben switching from human to alien, that particular animation cycle isn't the best, but it looks like it was done very quickly. We interrupt this action show to bring you a young boy knitting. And now we get Ben going as Forearms to the wrestling event, and I will say, they get into the plot quite quickly. Also, this episode doesn't portray Gwen as the killjoy or the voice of reason. I don't know if that's good because I don't want to hear a nag, or that's bad because that's inconsistent as a character. I want you to take note that everyone here is cheating, especially this guy. This guy is the Iron Kyle. Do you notice something off about him? Well, I gotta hand it to you there. I didn't think you'd be able to see. Because no one does. Like many other jokes in this series, if you watch the cartoon ever in your life, these will pop out at you. I did chuckle, however, when this guy ate the tournament bracket board. These guys are the announcers. They are irrelevant to the story and could have been taken out except for one moment. But they will be the cliche sports duo for the rest of the episode. The only thing I have to say is that if you wanted the guy on the right to keep his hat on, just give the guy on the left a microphone too. You make the place look rinky-dink and inconsistent. You see this chair? You see this object that blinds another person? You see this onion? You see these brass knuckles? These are all visible forms of cheating. Unless you can justify a big cloud of stink and a chair being hidden, this one plot hole completely ruins the ending they were going for. But yes, Forearms, aka Ben, destroys them all. Except this girl with a sword. Yes, a sword.
Hey, crazy question. What do you think they call him Iron Kyle?
Well, you know, I've never really thought about that. I always assumed it was just a metaphor for his devastating natural strength.
That's the champion. Everybody sees that he has metal arms, right? Why am I even hiding these?
So Ben starts to think that there's something going on, but he still plays as fair as however fair this really is. So both Ben and Iron Kyle make it to the finals. Forearms is revealed to have, well, 4 arms.
You have 4 arms? Cheater! Hey, you know he has metal arms, right? His name is Iron Kyle.
It's a metaphor!
Oh, shut up. This guy had a chair. This guy had blinding light. And this guy had a snake. Wait, this guy had a snake. A snake, a reptile. I don't know what's worse, the crowd here or the people in Bikini Bottom. But no, not even this is the icing on the cake. So Forearms knocks down the Iron Kyle and pins him. 1, 2...
Looks like there's gonna be a new champion.
What?
What are you waiting for? Just hit the mat!
Ben took the words right out of my mouth. So Ben runs around the stadium and the fingerprints move out of the way. Ben learns that water could stop the Iron Kyle and he goes for the kill. The smaller creature inside the suit smiles after losing his streak because somewhere in the universe, losing is a great thing. Are we sure this isn't Max's real son or grandson? So the referee who was wetting himself over what was a robot disqualifies this nerd in a robot suit. I'm not calling him a nerd. The cliche dual announce team did.
Disqualified for use of illegal robot enhancements. Also disqualified for use of alien technology.
Oh, man.
What are you looking at? Look at him. He's right there. Stop looking at Kyle. This is getting a little creepy. So they get kicked out and return to video games where Ben wins. Their guardian wakes up to a random kid in his RV because he doesn't do anything but take up space. Take up a lot of space. But I'm done with that and I'm done here. The reason I picked this episode is because out of all of the first 10, this is the worst. But if you can bear this episode here, then the rest is uphill. The series is not as bad as some may say. The sky isn't falling. Cartoon Network isn't ruined. This isn't ruining the network. In fact, tell your favorite show to have a franchise that does $4.5 billion in retail, then get back to me. But this episode here is the worst. The character interactions are a big flaw in this episode, and it seems like it'll plague the series as far as I know. So let me know what you think. Have you watched the reboot? Let me know in the comments below. And make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you really like what I'm doing here. Catch me next time when I go back to a series that I haven't reviewed in over a year. Feel free to support me in any of the ways mentioned in the description. And as always, I hope your time is well spent. And Alpha out.